Namaste, good morning. Thank you for joining practice. Please, as always, practice according to your condition, your abilities. Respect your limitations. Remember, the practice is an offering. So imagine all beings are experiencing this through you, and to a certain extent, all beings are being affected by what you do, say, and think. So this is always a cue, a reminder to practice and to act in a way that is in accordance with the ethical rules, yama and niyama. And we try to deliver the best experience through our practice. So let's begin. Close the eyes, bring the attention within. Begin with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're becoming one with all beings everywhere. The creation, God became part of all living beings everywhere. This divine spark is equally present in every form, in every being throughout the universe. To that supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. Om Namah Shivaya. Back to the inner light. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice to our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering, and may we attain the intellect to acquire that knowledge. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. To make this practice even better than meditation, even more powerful and more meaningful, renounce all the fruits. Think of this as your divine duty to all beings everywhere. Do it because it must be done. So now let's do the mantra for purification. If you don't know it, just imagine you're channeling the Guru through your voice and the Guru singing through you. You derive all the benefits as though you're chanting it perfectly. If you do know it, do it with conviction and volume so it can be heard by all the subtle bodies within and all around us. And try to do each one in a single breath. We do it 3 times. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrika Ksham Sabahya Bihantraha Sjihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrika Ksham Sabahya Bihantraha Sjihi. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smarit Pandrika Ksham Sabhaya Bhiantraha Sjihi. Spiritual breathing in order to establish a deeper connection with the divine within. Bring the arms up, the palms slightly turned up from the fingertips. Inhale the best of the best down through the arms right into the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4. Feel yourself being flooded by all that goodness. 6, 7, 8. Holding it in the center of the chest and the right side of the physical heart. Hold the attention and the breath there. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale the best down through the arms right into the spiritual heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, hold the breath and the attention at the spiritual heart. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, just the breath leaves out through the fingertips. Everything you pulled in stays within. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale, everything you need down through the arms right into spiritual heart. 4, feels over the direct path to God who resides there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it in the heart as an offering to the Supreme Divine One who resides there. Exhale out through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. So now we'll do alternate nostril breathing. This is a type of breath that will calm the mind and make it more conducive to meditation. It removes cravings, and that's what we want to do ultimately, to try to remove the restlessness of the mind. Remember, the second thread of yoga is that it says that yoga is a cessation of the mind, alterations and fluctuations. When the mind becomes still, the mind becomes receptive to the higher beings. We can access it a little bit more easily because we can focus our mind and merge with the divine. So, for this technique, we'll just breathe in through the left side for simplicity. For 3, hold the breath for 12, plug both sides of the nose, exhale out through the right, inhale through the right for 3, hold for 12, exhale through the left. On the breath retention, since it's more than 10 counts, we will do the breath, the locks. For the root lock, contract the buttocks, push the belly button into the front of the spine. Imagine lifting the whole pelvic floor up towards the navel. For the throat lock, as you inhale, you want to lift the chest as much as possible so that when it comes time for the breath retention, you can just tip your head down and your back doesn't have to hunch to do that. You want to keep the back nice and straight for the prana to rise, the vital force to rise more easily up and down. The tip of the tongue, tooth, mouth behind the teeth will seal off the lock. The attention at the center of the forebrow. Seat of divine perception is located there. Left hand in Jnana Mudra, second, third fingers full together, other 3 fingers straight. Samudra consciousness on the left knee, up palm to up or palm down, your choice. The right hand, second, third fingers fold down. This is Vishnu Mudra. When you turn the palm towards you, no longer Vishnu Mudra. But we still use this mudra for the thumb, with the thumb to the right nostril, the right ring finger for the left. Okay, so let's begin. Sit up tall and straight. Breathe out completely, empty lungs. Close out the right side, inhale through the left. 3, hold the breath, plug both sides of the nose, apply the throat to the root lock. 3, 4, all the attention at the space between the eyebrows. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the right side, release the locks. 2, 3, 4, empty out the lungs completely. 5, 6, inhale through the right side. 3, hold the breath again, third eye attention. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12. Out through the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the left. Fill up the lungs. Hold for 12. All activity of the mind, the body, and emotions as though they were frozen. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out through the right side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in again to that same side. 3. Hold. 4. Remember the locks at the throat and the root. 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale out through the left side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the left. Hold. If the mind wanders, be unconcerned and judging. Just keep bringing your mind back to the center of the forebrow on a breath retention. Exhale out through the right side. 2. Evenly and steadily. 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the right side. 3. Hold again. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Out through the left side. On your own, 3 more cycles just to get the technique down. Keep the count even and steady. Remember, you're doing it not just for yourself, but for all beings. So try to cultivate a strong enthusiasm for this practice. If you have to stop, have no judgment, have no concern. Just be like the witness, watching the body, watching the reactions. The important thing is the effort. Maybe the next time it will come with more ease. But don't attach to the expectation. Just do your best. Whenever you finish, and don't rush it, but whenever you finish, just sit quietly and observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions without any expectations of what you should or should not observe. Simply be the witness. Take a moment to again just observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. And stay attuned to the eternal witness that is within throughout the practice. Eventually, you will lose the identification with the body, mind, and emotions, none of which are representative of the true self.
And eventually you will merge with the witness. And we try to merge with the witness, the divine, within each and every form. For all forms are just manifestations of the Lord, of God. So now, through the asana practice, we'll try to seek all the beautiful, magnificent ways that God is present in this endless universe that is constantly expanding. So now let's begin this sacred practice. Make it even more powerful by offering it up to all beings. So let's come to standing. So we'll begin with some warm-ups to prepare for the practice. Hands on the hips, moving the joints, starting with the head. Try to get your ears to the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back of the head to the top of the back. And then go in the opposite direction now. Head rolls all the way around the neck. Right arm swings backward. If you need, you can use your left hand to support. You can also turn your body with the arm. Go forward. Feel as though you're holding a weight of 5 pounds in the hand to make the arm swing more easily. Now the left arm, make as though you're winding up to throw a ball. And then go the opposite way now. Forward. Bring both arms over the head, take hold of the opposite elbows, bend to the left, bounce a few times on each side. Really stretch, pull on the elbow. Go to the left again. Try not to make wrinkles in the waist and the underside of the body as you bend. Back to the left again. And then to the right. Come back to the center. Little circles over the head. To start, mostly the head, neck and shoulders are moving. But then gradually increase the size of the circle so you're starting to feel it in the side body now, in the area of the waist. And then perhaps, if you feel apt to do so, you can spin the whole trunk. Trace large circles in front of the body with the elbows, like the arms of a windmill. And then coming all the way back up, go in the opposite direction now. Start small again. Gradually getting larger. Remember, all beings are experiencing this through you, so move in a way that will be enjoyed by all beings. Through you. Perhaps the big circle now. And then coming back up. Now bring the arms down, shake out the wrists, move the fingers very, very rapidly from side to side. Like you have no control over the hands, are moving all by themselves. Feel all the joints in the wrists and the fingers being shaken. Any which way, maybe up and down like the wings of a hummingbird, the fingertips disappear, maybe little circles. Now allow the arms to drop. Continue to move. The head flies in all the directions. The arms hitting the body like heavy ropes. Move the body. Move the joints. Every day, or as Dharmaji says, you end up in big trouble. And now slow it down. Next, tap into your inner child for this one. It's like a sneezing lion. So as you're doing this, you just spread your fingers, you allow the eyes to roll back in your head, your tongue hangs out. Good way to release tension. So let's go. Good. And now, next, arms out to the side. You can bring your left hand to a wall if you like. Swing the right leg back and forth. Feels over like a pendulum swinging out of control. Try to get your knee to the shoulder, the toes to the back of the head. And then the other leg. And then conclude. Next, the feet together, arms by sides of the body. We're going to rise up. Inhale. 2, 3, lift the heels. 4, 5, 6, coming back down gracefully. 2, 3, try not to allow the heels to hit the ground heavily. 5, 6, come up again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and back down, moving away. That's graceful. It doesn't bring the mind into a state of agitation. 5, 6, up again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, back down. 2, 3, 4. Really push into root your toes. Engage your core and your leg muscles. Up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay there. Reach up even higher. Really push through your toes. Get up really high with your heels. Good. And back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tip the head back down towards the chest in a gesture of humbleness. Stay in this humble mindset throughout the practice. Let go of all attachments to results. Let go of all expectations. Let's come to the top of the mat, hands to the heart. So imagine that you're being infused by the light and the warmth of the sun, which represents the wisdom and the love of, again, the Almighty One who is residing within. And radiate that love and the wisdom to all beings everywhere. Surya Namaskara. Let's imagine we're together, all together physically moving like a school of fish. Raise your arms up overhead, arch back, and come down. Bend your knees if you need to bring hands flat on the ground. The right foot back. Lower down the knee, lower down the seat. Come into the high plank. The knees down, the seat goes back behind the heels. Glide between the arms. Brush your nose, as you're coming forward. Roll the shoulders back, take the head back. 2 more times. Go back. Glide forward between the arms. Pull at the floor like you're trying to pull the floor towards you. This may propel the body forward with more power and ease. 1 more time. Come forward. Roll the shoulders back. Keep the neck long so the head can move back even more. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat. Allow the head to go down below the arms. Soften the line in the back. And then the right foot comes forward to the hands. If that's a difficult transition, lower the left knee down first. If the foot doesn't make it all the way forward, just use the right hand to push it forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And come back home, hands to the heart. Go up and back. Engage your buttocks and your upper back to support you. And then come forward and down. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go with the knees. The seat goes back again. Come forward. Swing through between the arms. All the movements graceful and powerful. Take the seat back. Imagine you're in the body of a snake. Imagine how the boundless range of motion. Take the seat back. Embody all the qualities. Be regal and wise, fierce and fearless. And then Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat, allow the head go down. Look like a dog stretching its back. The left foot comes forward. 3 times breaths of those can imitate the forms on all levels. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. Reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. Copy all forms physically, mentally, spiritually. Reach up and back. And come down. Right foot back. Lower down the knee. Push the shoulders back. Into plank. Knees down again. Come forward 3 times. Gracefully. See yourself in the practice you're trying to attain with constant practice, anger, determination, and adherence to ethical rules. All will be coming. All is possible. Take the seat back. 1 more time. Come forward. Uncoil majestically like a serpent. Adho Mukha Svanasana. See the form in your mind and try to realize it the best you can with your body. Right foot between the hands. Feet together, chest on the thighs. Come right up to standing. And then back home as always. Always coming back to source, at the divine, the divine source at the spiritual heart. Left foot back into the high plank. Infuse everything you do with love and devotion. 3 times again, come forward. Take the seat back. Glide between the arms. One more time. Come forward. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift the seat. The head goes down. If you're flexible, see if you can touch your forehead to the ground. The heels come down as well. Left foot forward. Feet together. Uttanasana. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come right up. Every posture has a particular consciousness. Tap into it. Hands to the heart. Go up and back. Here the gesture or the intention is surrendering to the divine grace, surrendering to divine service. The head down, eyes downcast, a gesture of humbleness. Humbling yourself. Right foot back. It's a plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Knees, chest, forehead down, the chest between your hands. Come forward. Lift your hips and knees away from the ground. Upward facing dog. Let's stay here for a moment. Bend the toes. Work the spine a little bit. Push the shoulders back, the nose up. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Try not to create any folds in the lower back or the back of the neck. Telescope your chest forward and up. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana now. Lift the seat, allow the head to go down without bending your arms. Try to get your chest closer to the ground, your forehead as well, maybe even right on the ground. The belly towards the thighs. Embody the loyalty of the dog to its master. Be loyal yourself to the practice of serving others. Now the right foot comes forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. And right up and back again, Hasta Uttanasana. Come back home, hands to the heart. Again, stretch. Fold forward. Bowing down, left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go, knees, chest, forehead, right through between your arms, upward facing dog again. Work the back. Perhaps this time you can round your back, come back into downward facing dog. Repeat this another 2 times. Roll over your toes, round your back. Good. Shoulders back, the chest forward, the head back, and then back the other way. Sink your heart down. If you can, again, forehead, maybe the nose and the chin eventually come to the ground. Into upward facing dog. Roll over your toes. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Good. Now the left foot comes forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Chest try to get below the knees, the shoulders with the knees. Come right up to standing. Reach up and back. And hands to the heart. Go up and back again. Keep on moving. Keep moving forward in every sense, not only physically, but mentally and spiritually as well. Have a strong desire to transform. The right foot back. Into plank. Ashtanga Namaskara. Through to upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Raise your right leg up now. Lift the left heel. See if you can get your head down even lower. If you can, again, touch your forehead to the ground. And push your left heel back down. Get the right foot even higher. Now lift your head and send the foot forward. Move your shoulders over the fingertips. Try not to land the foot forward and down with a big heavy thump. Feet together, no jerky movements, no loud movements. Make the practice as beautiful as possible and reflective of the state of mind that we're trying to achieve. The quietness, the stillness, reach up and back. Fold forward no matter what the body's doing. Just keep the mind in the same temperament, unchanged, unbothered, unjudging. Into the high plank. Down we go. Right through to upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up and reach the right foot up, right heel up again. See if you can get your forehead to the ground and push the right heel back down, maybe even ground it if you can. Look between the hands. Left foot forward between the hands. Shoulders back and feet together. Uttanasana. With every moment you're saying, this is for you, God. I'm yours to serve. Hands back to the heart. Let's add on. Raise your arms up, reach back. As you come forward this time, bend your knees, your belly on your thighs, push your seat all the way up. Your hands come over your shoulders. If your legs are perfectly straight, push your whole body against the thighs. Your belly against the thighs, your forehead to your shins. Now the right foot goes back. Back knee down, Kapyasana. Reach up and back, lean away from the front leg. Break the pose, come back into high plank. You can do any entry into upward facing dog. If you know others, go ahead. Perhaps chaturanga, come down, lowering down in the same line for heels to the top of the head. Right through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. The right leg up and bring the foot between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat, stretch, push the lower back up and in, lift the heart. Take the hands back behind the head if you can. And then come forward. Swing your hands back behind you. Join the hands, feet together, chest on again. Try to get lower over the knees, the belly with your thighs. Come right up to standing. Engage your buttocks. Go back. Hands back to the heart. Reach up and back. Come forward. Eventually the body becomes like a well-tuned orchestra. Everything moving together fluidly. Left foot back. All parts of the body supporting one another. Reach up and back. Into plank, just as we are trying to support one another through our actions, thoughts, and words. Let's again come through into upward facing dog, however weight you like. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up and back. And send the foot between the hands. Ever so quietly. Back knee down. Drop down to the seat. Reach up and back. The more you practice, the more you learn tricks to be able to move efficiently, and then you can get into poses faster and stay there. That's the best part of the pose, where you can merge with the divine, merge with the form, reach up and back home. Keep going. Stretch. Fold forward, belly on your thighs, push your seat up. The head comes down, the gesture of loneliness. Right foot back. Back knee down. Swing your arms up and back, so you can get your arms behind the head, your hands behind the head. Drop your shoulders down so you don't lose your neck. Let's try another entry, if you like, into upward facing dog. Swing your left leg all the way up and back behind you. Come forward into your plank, but keep your leg up if you can. See if you can lower your chest down first. If it's too much, lower your knee down at the same time as your chest is lowering, or do other entries, landing eventually into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up wherever you are in your practice is perfect. It's where you're meant to be. And then with each and every life, we go a little bit further. Swing your hands behind the back. Feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up. Just keep doing your best. Keep going to the edge of potential every time. So each and every time, you advance the edge a little bit more. Again, stretch. Go down, belly on your thighs, Uttanasana. Left foot goes back. Reach up and back. All the movements connected seamlessly, all the transitions smooth, like you're doing a divine dance of devotion. Swing the right leg all the way up. Come forward, shoulders over the fingertips. Lower down. If you're coming down through your chest first, push in through your toes. Push your elbows into the sides of the body. And as soon as the chest touches down, right foot comes down, thighs up off the ground in upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg goes up. Send it between the hands. Back knee down, drop down to the seat. Reach up and back, shoulders back, heart wide open in every sense. Physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Swing your hands behind the back. Join your feet back together. Uttanasana. Bow down as though in humbleness. Come right back up to standing. And then come back home. Hand to the heart. Take pause here for a moment. Drop your arms back down, my sides of the body, standing tall in Tadasana. Enter into mountain consciousness, quiet, steady, unmoving. From the base of the spine, which represents the base of the mountain, inhale up to the crown, which is like the summit. Exhale back down to the base of the spine or the mountain. Be unshakable in your intention to serve. Good. And then let's continue with some balance sequences. Let's start off with ballet pose. Push down through the left foot. Fix your gaze on the point. If you're having trouble balancing, you can stand with your back against the wall or take your left hand to the wall. Bring your right foot out to the side. Try to have it the same height as your fingers. More flexible, bring the foot up higher. Look up if you can, if you find a balance. Exude the grace and the poise of a dancer. If you know other variations, you can go ahead. If you're very flexible, you can take your foot in a little bit, take it with your left hand. Take the outer edge of the foot and bring the right leg back up. Holding the foot with both hands or extend your right arm out to the side. Now from here, bring the foot back down. Try it on the other side. Push down, anchor down to the right foot. Do it on the other side now. Take hold of the left heel from the inside. Wherever again your foot lands is perfect. If you can't straighten the leg, you can hold under the knee and see if you can straighten your leg. Just find your own tricks, as Dharma says. More flexible again, take your leg up, look up, push to the base of the toes. If you're again trying to take your foot with your right hand, bring your foot in towards your chest first. Hold the heel by the left hand, reach across with the right hand in front of the body and take the foot from the outside. And you can stay here or extend your left arm out. All options, remember. Do according to your abilities. And then break the pose. Charge the body, inhale, big breath in. Imagine you're attracting everything you need and bring it into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere, to all beings as well as within. So let's continue. Go to the back of the mat. Start off with Warrior 3. If it's, we're going to come down in a straight line. So left foot comes forward, bend your left knee, come forward, your head about the height of the hips, and bring the right leg up. Stay strong. If it's too much, arms can come out to the side, or maybe even on the ground. If having trouble balancing. Now you can stay here, or swim your hands behind the back. Interlace them, open up the palms, bending at the wrists. Bring your head down. Your right foot comes up higher. You can pull your hands up a little bit higher, up off the back. You're falling towards your toes a little bit. If you need to, again, take your fingers to the ground or arms out to the side. Imagine you're gliding eagle. Curve your back a little bit. Shoulders back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now break the pose. Bring the right foot back down and come back up. Try it on the other side now. Arms up. Right foot forward. And then step into it. Lean into the front thigh with your belly. Raise your left leg up. Try to have your body level from the fingertips all the way to the toes. Stretch. Again, you can stay here or arms out to the side in your airplane. If you want, toppling tree or gliding eagle. Interlacing your fingers. If you're doing a toppling tree, open up the bend the wrist, open up the palms. Your head comes down about the height of the knee. Your left foot keeps going higher and higher if you can. Pull the shoulders back so you can get your chin forward a little bit. Arch your back. Or your arms can go out to the side, palms down. Imagine you're soaring through the air like a great, magnificent eagle. Break the pose. Come back. Charge the body again. Inhale, the best of the best. Coming in from all directions, from all around you. Up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. Ardha Chandrasana. Next, moving into dancer. Left foot, go to the back of the mat again. Left foot forward. Left fingertips down on the ground. Try to get the right leg up. If you're finding you can't open up, maybe the hand's a little bit too close. Try moving your hand out, see if that helps. Or use a block if you need to, underneath your hand. If it's too much, you can even come down onto your knee. So you can always find some kind of modification to suit your abilities. If you can, look up at the hand above you. Try to get your shoulders and hips to stack right on top of one another. And now from here, bring the right hand back down. Bend your left knee so you can get your belly on your thigh. Your left hand comes to your foot, index finger on the outside of the heel. If you can't, keep your legs straight. If it's too much, bend your right knee and push the knee up as high as you can. Modify again according to your condition. And bring the right hand in close to your foot, right next to it. So you can take all but just the index finger off, maybe even bring your index finger to the inside of the heel. Your hip has to be right over your heel. Gaze just beyond your toes. Break the pose, bring the right foot back down, lift the heels, slip your hands underneath your heels and push your heels into your hands, your palms, push your seat up. If you're flexible, the whole body again against the legs, including the forehead. Break the pose. Roll your way back up. Try it on the other side now. So I'll just turn around the other way just so we can demonstrate without having my back to you. Right foot forward, right fingertips down. Stay on the fingertips to get more height. Left leg goes up. Eventually the left hand as well. Point the toes, keep the fingers together. Good. Bring the left hand back down. Orient yourself so that your belly is right over the center of the belly is over the thigh. Bend your knee first to get your belly on your thigh. And keep it bent if you need to, the right hand to the foot. And then so you can bring your left leg up or your knee alternatively higher. Move your left hand in right beside the foot. Maybe taking off the fingers one at a time up off the ground, maybe on the foot. Index fingers on either side of the heel. And bring the left leg back down. Step on your heels on your hands again. Push your seat up. Your armpits on either side of the knees, your chest trying to get lower than the knees. And then break the pose. Roll your way back up. Charge the body again. Inhale. Bring in the best of the best from all around, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. Good. One more. Dancer, and maybe we play a little bit with this one, with other things. So, left hand, left foot anchors down, the right foot up. Take hold of the leg close to your ankle, just above it. Pull the foot behind and bring the left arm up. Perhaps, if this is where your limit is, you can stay here. Or you can bend your left knee, push your foot away from you. If you want, you can even take your left hand back to the foot, push your foot away from you. Try to get your toes on the same line as the head. Good. Now from here, if you have both hands on the foot, release. Bend your left knee. See if you can take your left fingertips to the ground. If you can't, then don't. Just release the foot if you need to and bring your left hand on the ground. Release the right hand as well. Bring both hands on either side of the foot, very close to the foot. The heels just, the palms just in front of your toes. Bend your right leg, really flex your foot, push the base of your toes, and now push, if you can, the left heel up off the ground. Push firmly into the ground with your hands. And you can keep doing this if you feel comfortable. Bend your left knee, launch yourself, take a few hops if you like. Eventually you might be able to find a balance. And see if you can play a little bit with your handstand. Maybe just do it 5 times, little jumps. See if you can get higher each time. If you need, you can come against the wall. Bring your heels against the wall or a chair. See the heels, the feet of a chair. And then from here, your elbows are just in front of your underneath your shoulders, in front of your knees. And bring heels, your palms roughly where your hands were, your elbows were, so that you're close to the wall. If you're too far from the wall, you reach for the wall, you won't be able to let go of the wall. You'll always have the tendency or the want to just stay on the wall where you're trying to get away from it. And then see if you can pull your toes up off your seat of the chair. If you're on the wall, your foot should be about the height of the hip. Good. And let's come back down. Try it on the other side now. Starting off with dancer. Standing on the right foot now. I like to bring the knee in front so that it's a little bit easier to take hold of the leg. Try to take hold of the leg close to your ankle as opposed to the foot. The foot tends to get slippery. Again, you can stay here. Bend your right knee so your right foot anchors down. Push your left foot away. And come into your dancer. Re-straighten your right leg. If you want, take the right hand to the foot as well if you have good balance. Push the foot away from you. All sorts of poses and forms for your suitable to any condition. Just do your best, do according to your abilities. Now from here, if you like, let go of the foot, bend your right knee. And come down with your right hand, or let go of your foot if you need to. And then eventually let go of both hands on the ground, just in front of your foot. If your hands are far away, you have to use more energy to jump up. You want to use your core to eventually come up so that, and then when you jump up, your hips are over your shoulders, so you don't have to jump too much. Press through the base of the toes. Keep your legs, when you're trying this, close to your body so that it's easier to balance with your legs, with your body compact. Again, you can just keep your heel on the toes on the ground, just lift up like so. Each time your foot goes too far away, bring your foot back closer. Or just take jumps. A bunch of them. Push into your hands as you're jumping. Push into your roots of your toes. And then come back down. So from here, roll your way back up. Charge the body. Turn the palms forward this time. Close the eyes. Inhale. Imagine lights of every color streaming into the body, up the spine to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere. Radiate your light outwards to all beings. Now, let's come to the middle of the mat, facing out along the edge of the mat. Separate your feet, jumping or stepping them out away from one another. Left foot turns forward. Virabhadrasana. If you're more flexible, go lower. Try to have your hip at the same line as the knee, maybe a little bit lower. See if you can swing your hands down. Do they touch the ground? Eventually, maybe you will be able to. Look over your front hand. Make sure your knee's not popping in. Into Virabhadrasana. Turn forward, look up between the hands. Allow the head to drop back. And express the warrior's devotion. One of the most remarkable traits of a warrior, steadfast in her duty. Now lower the back knee down, flatten out the toes, keep your seat all the way forward. If you have any shoulder issues, you can keep your hands on the knee, lean back, Push your lower back up and in first, lift the chest, and then go back. Or have your hands on the seat. Try so you can remove all the wrinkles in the skin underneath your hands. Pull the elbows towards one another behind the back. Of course, if you can do the full pose, go ahead. Hands together, take your arms back. Try to get your fingers back, your hands close to your foot. If it's in reach and you have good balance, take your foot up, right foot up, and take hold of the foot. You can even allow the head to tip back and bring your head to the foot. Other variations, go ahead. Explore the pose a little bit. One of Dharmaji's signature poses. Maybe you can bring the foot into the crook of the arm. If you can't bind, you can bring your left hand out. But if you lean towards the foot, your foot's close to your shoulder, and your fingers are up close to your ear, you might be able to find the hands. Hands might be able to find one another more easily, and then you push your foot away from your shoulder. Think of a swan's neck. There's no kinks, no sharp angles in the neck, smooth curves. Break the pose. Bring the foot back down if it was up. Move your left foot out to the edge of the mat. Rock back and forth a few times. Lift the knee. And push back one more time to the right foot. Lower the knee down. If your hips are low enough, fall onto your right forearm and then roll back to your left. Try to get your hips anchored down. When the hips are down, the rest of the body might follow more easily. The pelvis, the belly, and the chest, eventually the chin on the ground. If your hips are far away from the ground, just stay on your hands, but keep pushing your hips towards the ground. Think of a cobra pose. Think of telescoping your head and chest forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body will eventually be able to come down. Bit by bit. Keep your knee close to the shoulder. So both hips equally down, so neither like this nor like this. Keep your shin vertical. Those of you who have variations, go ahead. If you're flat on the ground, take your arms out to the side, or from the outside, bring your left arm over your foot, underneath the knee, and then join your hands over your back. Break the pose. For that pose, remember the arm is in front of the foot. Some people end up doing this. Okay, so in front of the foot. Not important. Let's go on the, come back up. Lift yourself up so you're more upright. Your left foot underneath the left knee. See if you can bring your foot up. If it comes up easily, it's in the right place. Bend the toes under and the back foot. Right arm up. So it might be just staying here. If you have any back issues or anything like that, you can bring your left hand on your seat or your waist, your right hand on the outside of the knee. You just twist to your left, look over your left shoulder. If you can go further, right arm up, angle the toe and the knee towards the right. Hold in place with your left hand so you can get your arm further down. You want to have eventually armpit on the outside of the knee. If you can only get your elbow, all good, but just left hand. Either fist in your hand, this gives you a little bit more power to push into your hands, and at the same time raise the belly up, center the chest comes to your thumbs, roll the left shoulder all the way back. Look over your left shoulder. If you're more flexible, turn more to your left, bend your wrist, fingers towards the inside of the wrist, use your left hand and go the arm underneath the leg, then join your hands underneath your thigh and your belly. Lift your back knee up if you can. You can do this with or without the bind. If you have the bind, pull in the hand, try to get your face and chest to go a little bit up, a little bit more. Break the pose. Come back down. Good. Let's try something else. Bring your left knee down. See if you can get your left shoulder. Let's start. You can either do Sukha Trikonasana, you can stay in this pose. So your left hand beside your foot, your right arm up. If you can bring the right arm behind your back on your thigh. So just bring your body up a little bit. Slip your hand on your thigh, roll the thigh outwards. If you can go lower, lower your shoulder down below the knee. Left arm goes underneath the leg, right arm goes behind your back. join your hands together. So your hands are not binding around the seat. It's just right next to your left hip. Push the right shoulder back. If you can, now lift the back knee up off the ground. Head close to your foot. See if you can get your right leg straight. And then those you want to keep going, bring the right foot forward beside your left. This way actually. See if you can get your left leg up. Bird of paradise. Push into your right foot and come up. Try to get your knee and your shoulders, keep your knee and shoulder together. If you're flexible, you can bring your left leg up. Lean to the right a little bit. If you can't do that, either you can hold the knee or wrap, bring your arm around the outside. So you can join your hands together or just have your hands on the seat. Or ballet pose again. Wherever you are is perfect, just do your best. Break the pose, bring the left foot back down. So from here, coming back to this stance, go to the right now. If you need, you can turn around the other way. If you can't see the screen anymore, Virabhadrasana. Enter into the consciousness of a warrior, strong, mighty, determined, steadfast in her duty. Virabhadrasana 1. Turn the face forward. Bring the arms up. Keep the arms straight, like the edges of a sword. Allow your head to fall back. So you're saying, take me. Grant me higher devotion. Come down on your knee now. Back knee down. You want to have your seat all the way forward so you can keep your balance. Any variation of Kapiyasana with your hands on the knee if you need to, or on your back. Heels, your palms on the seat. Push your fingers into the back of the, just on either side of the heart. Allow the heart to lift. Or if you can, Kali Mudra. Bring your arms back, curve your spine. Bend your hands down. See if you can bring your foot up and take hold of the foot. Or your swan. Go to your left. Take your foot up, close to your shoulder. Bring your foot right in the crook of the arm. Lean towards the foot. Your foot is right against the shoulder, almost your fingers right against the ear or beside the ear. Turn your left palm away and see if your hands can find one another. Then push your foot away. Break the pose. Remember, all these are progressions. Right foot move to the edge of the mat, do according to your condition. Keep going as far as you can, Miss Light, go to the edge of your potential, so that in your next life, you will start exactly where you picked up, or where you left off. You'll pick up exactly where you left off. Lower the left knee down, flatten out the toes, and see if you can fall to your left on your forearm, or stay on your hands and just drop your hips closer and closer to the ground. Keep telescoping your head and chest forward. Imagine you have a big weight sitting on top of your seat. Maybe the visualization that heavy weight on you will allow you to sink. Use your imagination. It's a very powerful tool. If you want, again, you can take your variations if you're flat on the ground. Keep your gaze steady, merge with the form. The important thing is once you find a form, be still and become one with God who's in all forms. You're taking that variation with a bind. Arm goes across the front of the foot, underneath your leg, at the knee, and then the hands come together over your back. Break the pose, coming back up. So from here, slide your left foot in a little bit. Your legs should look like a box. Make sure you can get your right foot up off the ground and then plant it down. Turn to the left, arms out. Let's do, I can't remember which one we did first, so we'll do Sukha Trikonasana first. Left arm up. Actually, it was the other one first. So let's do Parivrtta Pakshvakonasana first. So turn forward, left arm up, right hand on the seat or on the waist. And again, you can just stay here. Push against the outside of the right knee. Look over the right shoulder. If you can go deeper, go down with your arm. Arm on the outside, eventually the armpit sitting on the knee. The right hand pushes into your left, either fist or flat hand. And if your hands are by your shoulders, you want to keep pushing down. At the same time, lift your belly up, send it higher than the thigh if you can. Center the chest, trying to make its way behind your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder all the way back. If your elbow's in a space underneath your right leg, it makes it easier for you to go into the bind. Left arm goes underneath your leg, right arm goes over your back, join them together. You can keep your knee on the ground or see if you can take it up. Hold the breath, push through the roots of your toes. Break the pose. Bring the left knee back down. Again, your legs come back into the box. Sukha Trikonasana now. Left arms out. The right hand down beside your foot. Left arm up. And you can stay here, of course. Perfectly perfect here. Or take a half or full bind. Half bind, you lift your body up a little bit so you can slip your hand on your thigh, roll it outwards. Or lower your shoulder a little bit lower than the line of the knee. The right arm goes underneath your leg, and you trap your left hand from just behind your back, just beside your right side of your hip. Push the left shoulder back, and if you can, lean into the front foot. Lift the left knee up off the ground. Push the left hip up. Try to get your left leg straight. Then from here, you bring your left foot in beside your right. I'm going to move it here, actually. And then see if you can get your right leg up. Push into your left foot, hold the breath, and then come up. Keep your knee against your shoulder. If you have the flexibility, bring the right foot up. Straighten the leg. Good. Break the pose, or any variation. Of course, we'll stay a little bit longer. So you can either take the right arm in front of your leg, see if you can bind your hands behind your back, or just hands on your seat, or your ballet pose. Oops, slip there. And then come back down. Charge the body. Inhale, Abhasa again, right up to the spine, to the crown. Exhale, send it out to all areas of your own being and out to all beings everywhere. In reality, since God has no forms, God's grace pervades everywhere. So now, headstand, king of the pose. If you need a wall, you can do the same type of thing as I showed you, the handstand. You stand. If you know how to do headstand, go ahead, you don't have to wait for me. Okay, so you bring your feet against the wall, elbows in front of your knees, just underneath your elbows, your shoulders, elbows underneath your shoulders. Make sure you can hold your arms easily. You don't want to have your elbows too wide. Don't move your elbows, bring your hands forward, interlace your fingers, place your forehead on the ground in front of your hands. Bring one foot on the wall about the height of the hip. You have to look at the wall to get the right height. Other foot goes behind. Keep your foot hanging towards the ground. Bend the toes back and see if you can pull your toes away from either the base of the seat of the chair or the wall. Make sure you're close enough to the wall. If you'd rather do something else, if you don't want the feet to come off the ground at all, forehead in front of your hands and just lift your seat up. Good. Just come to a place where you can find steadiness And you want to have the position where the heart is higher than the head. That's an inversion. So even downward facing dog, or this one, is a perfectly good inversion. Teddy bear also, choice. Bring your hands beside your head, but heels your palms in line with your knees. Perhaps lift your seat. Bring your feet just behind your wrists. Try to get just underneath your knees against your elbows, and then see if you can pull even just the toes of one foot up off the ground. If you press into your hands, eventually maybe the other foot will come up. You can stay there. All you have to do is place your toes back down when you don't feel comfortable. Eventually you might be able to get your toes up. Eventually maybe split your legs. That's the next easiest way to balance. One foot in front, one foot in back. Or come onto your fingertips, fingers facing away. Equal distance between the fingers, not thumb way far away from the other ones. Keep on holding it. Those of you who are more advanced can try other things now. Maybe you can come into lotus or take your fingers off one at a time until you're just on the very tips of the index fingers. Experiment with taking one hand off the ground as well. Easier to have one hand down, one arm down on the ground beside your head. Push the side of the head against your wrist. Come off again, just all but one finger. And eventually see if you can take your hand up off the ground. Even if you just play, even if it's just for a second, bend your toes back. Eventually you might be able to take your foot. You have to flex your foot. So of course this is for more advanced practitioners. If you're holding the foot, you have to push it away from you a little bit. One more minute. If you have a lotus, a full lotus, this will make the mind even more one-pointed. If you can't do full lotus, just keep your legs straight or one in front of the other, any of the variations. Last 30 seconds, you can do other things. You can move your hands into different ways. Hold your breath as you're doing this. Good. Split your legs, always easier. Now make your way down gracefully with control. Come into child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slide your arms, bring your arms in front, slide all the way through into Cobra. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And bring your feet to the front of the mat. You can jump, you can walk, any which way you like. Chair pose. Tuck your tail under, try not to come forward too much. Shoulders back, hands in front, so you can lift your heels up. Might help to separate your feet a little bit. As you come down lower, your heels come up higher. Push in to reach your toes. Keep your shoulders back. Be calm in mind, no matter what the body's feeling. The body, remember, is feeling it. The true self is actionless, unaffected. And maybe when your seat is right over your heels, tuck your chin in, right into plow. Push into your arms as your legs come up. When your seat comes up higher, bring your hands high enough, bring your hands onto your back. Your feet go behind the head. If you need to stay with your seats a little bit behind your shoulders and your knees on the shoulders, all good. If you want to go deeper, you try to get your arms behind your body, shift from one side to the other, join your hands together, squeeze your palms together, try to get your elbows close together behind your back, your seat over your shoulders. If you can at this point, go into Shavasana, bring your hands on your back, One leg goes up, followed by the other one. Try to have your toes in the same line as your chin. And again, if you have a lotus, a full lotus, go ahead now. Use your hands to help if you need to. Those you can bring your hands to your thighs even. Try to have your knees higher than your hips if you're doing a lotus. All the attention at the center of the forebrow. Go within. Slowly, if you have a lotus, you can do Pindasana. If you can take a bind, go ahead and take a bind. Wrap your arms around the outside of the legs, join your hands underneath your seat. Or if you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. You can alternately bring your thighs against your body, your knees on the other side of the head. If you're flexible, then you might be able to get your shoulders right, your knees right down on your shoulders, maybe on the ground. Keep your attention on the center of the forebrow, the seat of divine perception. Now, start to make your way out, palms down, behind your back. Your thumb tips may be touching, your index fingers touching. Keep your legs attached, your thighs attached to your body as long as possible as you're coming down. Control descent. It shouldn't be like a big, heavy, fast crash landing. Your seat eventually land on your wrists. Lower your legs down, stop halfway down. And then from here, if you can, push into your arms, lift your back up off the ground, lift your chest, top of the head to the ground. Those of you who can, who find this too difficult to actually, bring your legs down to the ground. Do a regular fish. Now those of you who can take your hands out from underneath, bring your arms in front of your legs at the same angle, palms together, fingers together. Breathe very fast in the nose like a sniffing dog. Now here, bring your feet down close to your seat, in front of your seat. Those who know Urdhva Dhanurasana can go ahead. Otherwise, bring arms down, bring your head back down, and lift your seat back up. Do bridge pose. The chest comes up close to your chin. Try to get your chest as high as you can so that your knees go behind your toes. If your knees are over your toes, your hips might be sinking down. So just try to get your hips up as high as possible. Shins are vertical. Those of you who are doing Urdhva Dhanurasana want to try it, bring your fingertips on either side of the head, behind your head, fingers facing away from you, spread equally. Slide your head back so you're on the top of the head, and then turn your hands around the other way. Fingers are now facing towards the heels, a little bit outwards. Lift your head up off the ground. And then from here you can play a little bit with the pose. Rock back and forth. Try to get your chest in front of your arms like you're trying to bring it to the wall in front of you. A wall in front of you. Lift your heels. As Dharmaji says, professionals, you can jump the other side. So just if you're trying to do that, your feet have to come closer to your hands. Hold your breath. Push into your hands. And jump the other side. Push into your hands. See if you can land right back into Urdhva Dhanurasana. Too much, you can also lift your left leg up. And then the right leg. Just move the body, try new things, be open to new experiences. Even come on to maybe if your right leg is up, just take all but the index finger of the left hand up off the ground. and then change. If your left leg is up, push into your left hand hard so you can get just come on the fingertips of the right hand. Eventually just take all the fingers except for your index finger up off the ground. Come back down. Rest. Imagine you just fainted. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Let go of all tension, let go of all efforts. Bring the arms up over the head, or go to one side, come back up to seated position, any which way you like. So now, stretch the back body. Starting off with Tadasana, star pose. Just hold your feet together far away from your body. It's not Baddha Konasana. Your feet are far away, about at least 12-15 inches or so. And then interlace your fingers, place them underneath your feet. Index fingers can come together. And then see if you can drop your knees towards the ground to open up the hips. If you're flexible, maybe your forehead can come down onto your toes, your chin to your heels. Maybe your head can come even in front or behind your heels. Try to get your belly down. From above, it looks like a six-pointed star. Your knees and your elbows are in the same line with one another to form the four side points. The index fingers press together in the base of the spine, or the top and bottom points. Come back up. Open up your feet a little bit. Your heels on the outside edge of the mat. If you're limited in your flexibility, you can just take your hands inside the heels so you can get your body down between your thighs. If you're more flexible, you can move your arms underneath your legs. Try to flatten out as much as possible. Try to get your shoulders lower than the knees. So you might start off with your back very rounded, your feet close to your seat. See if you can slide your heels out a little bit more, and then maybe your body will flatten out a little bit more. You'll be able to go a little bit lower. Those of you, of course, have your shoulders lower than your knees. As Dharma says, also, wait, don't waste your time, come right into the pose. Your legs slide over your arms, your feet, if you need to. So now on the elbows, move them in a little bit closer. Your legs can sit on your arms. Your knees right by your shoulders, and the other side of the shoulders. If you have your elbows free, and you can take your bind as well over your back. Be still now, like a tortoise. Slow down the breath. From the base of the spine, inhale up to the crown. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. There's the pose. Come back. Open up your legs a little more, left leg straight. Lean to your left. Bring the right foot, if you can, behind you. The big toe at the center of the seat. If you have knee issues, you can't do that, just keep your foot in front. Turn so that your center of the chest is right over your knee. And come forward, take hold of the foot. Try to get your chest below the knee. Keep reaching the head forward. If you can bring your head on the inside of the leg. Flatten out as much as you can. And there's a way to do a lateral stretch here. If you want to do that, we'll have to move a little bit out of this range of sight. Left arm slides in front of your left leg. Your left shoulder just back shoulder against the knee. Turn to the right, turn your chest up. Maybe take the foot with your left hand first, and then if you can, reach your right arm over the head. Some of you might be able to take the foot and keep turning. Try not to wrinkle the waist at the waist. Turn your face and chest up. It's good preparation actually for getting your leg behind your head. Your body, your shoulder has to be in front of your leg. And then coming back up, go to the other side. The right leg extends, lean to the right, left leg folds back, or keep it in front again. Center your body, center your chest in line with your middle of the knee. Come forward, take hold of the foot or on either side. And you can even bring your head on the inside to the left to the right leg. Now into lateral stretch if you like. Move your right arm to the inside. Slide your arm along the inside of the leg. And then as you turn, your back of the right shoulder will be against the inside of the knee. You can take, if you can, your hand to the foot, right hand to the sole of the foot. Your left arm goes over the head. Doesn't matter if you can't take the foot with your left hand. Just get length. So try not to round your back and just kind of come forward. Keep your chest open. Keep moving back. Turn your face and chest up. Break the pose, come back. Now from here, let's do one more forward fold, back stretch. So your feet are about 2.5 or so inches from the edge of the mat, inside the mat. You can do it this way, bend your knees, so your seat's about the line of the knees. You can either take hold of your wrists, just the forearms, and push your seat up. Try to get your head a little bit closer to your legs, between your legs. If you have more flexibility, come down lower. Your arms come below the line of the knees, tuck your chin in, and see if you can bring your hands a couple around the ear. Here you might be able to bring your palm your way back, so your fingers meet behind your head, and maybe you can interlace the fingers. Push your elbows out to the side. Bring your head through between your legs. Stork pose. Roll your way up. Counter pose here. The toes go about 2 feet apart. Your toes be on the edge of the mat. Hands on the seat. Bend your knees like you're sitting on a horse. Push your hips forward. Allow the head to go back. According to your comfort level. You can stay a little bit more upright like this if you need to. If you're more flexible, slide your hands down the backs of your legs, just underneath your knees. Roll side outwards, roll the shins inwards, and see if you can straighten your legs a little bit more, pushing your hips forward. Those who are very flexible can maybe walk your hands all the way down. Step on your fingers with your heels. If you want, you can even go, if you can see the floor, you can go into Urdhva Dhanurasana, drop back. Now if you're in Urdhva Dhanurasana, come on to your fingertips, push your hips forward, one hand at a time. On the back of the leg, close to your knees, and then the other hand, keep pressure in between your hands and your legs. Walk your hands back up. Come back. Good. So now, come onto your knees. Rabbit pose. Those you can do camel or Kapotasana, you can do that as well. But start off here with your hands on the seat. Push into your seat. Lift the chest. Allow the head to go back. Stay here for a moment. Push into seat, pull down. If you want, you can lean back a little bit. Try to get your shoulders behind your knees. Work your core and your thighs a little bit. Push into your toes. Eventually, when your shoulders go back, you can bring your hands onto your heels, lock your baby fingers together, cross them together, and then push your heels together. Allow your hips to fall forward, like you're about to fall on your thighs. If you can flatten out your toes and slide your hands down the soles of your feet. So progressively make your way deeper and deeper. Those of you who can go into Kapotasana. You can bring one hand to the arm, bring your hand back. You can hold onto the edges of your mat, pull on the mat. Eventually you can bring your hands down on the ground and your forearms. So you can take hold of your toes. More flexible. You might be able to get your head between your feet and your elbows down. Break the pose. If you're in Kapotasana, you can just lie down, just make your way out on your back. Otherwise, you can come back up. Let's go into child's pose. Belly on the thighs, forehead on the ground if you like. You can have it on either side of the back. Either side of the spine, I should say. And then make your way back up. Bring your legs out in front. A twist of your choice. Legs straight, right foot on the outside of the left shin perhaps, or with your left leg folded under. Adho Matsyendrasana, right hand behind the back, left arm up. Go to the outside of the thigh with the left arm, the right thigh of the left arm. You can hold on to your heel if you like with your left hand. And then turn to the right. Keep your chest open, your shoulders in the same line. Eventually look over your back shoulder. And coming back, go to the other side now. Legs switch around. Left foot on the outside of the right thigh, right arm up, and then push your arm against the outside of the left thigh. Hold on to heel if you like, look over your left shoulder, push against the knee. Good. Remember, if your leg was extended, your foot is beyond the knee a little bit. Make sure your leg stays active, but neither over-pointing or over-flexing your foot, your right foot. Break the pose, come down onto your back in Shavasana. Lie down and allow the body to rest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let go of all fatigue. Shavasana is an opportunity to promote the release of more of the impurities that reside at all levels. Imagine that beams of light are coming into the body to penetrate in those areas where you feel blockage, a sensation of withholding tension or blockage. These are the way that physical impurities manifest. And just allow them to be dissolved. I'll bring those beams of light into the mind to remove dissolve all the mental impurities, which you can think of as thoughts or impressions that tie us to the body, the mind, and the emotions that give us a false sense of what the true self is, which is none of those, nothing in the material world. The true self is beyond that, is eternal, immutable, and stainless. That is your true nature. So remove all those impurities that cause you to identify the body, the mind, and the emotions. Bring those beams of light and energy into the heart now. And remove all those actions that cause pain and suffering for ourselves and for others. All those tendencies, all those notions or actions that contradict the ethical rules, yama and niyama. Good actions attract good karma. Similarly, bad actions or actions that are not compassionate, that are hurtful, will require some spiritual correction. As you get more consciousness, more knowledge, you learn to avoid those patterns that cause pain and suffering. So now it's time to take this out into the world, into your day-to-day lives. It doesn't stop these actions of offering the best knowledge and anything that helps us to get closer and closer to self-realization. They have to continue in our day-to-day lives. So make your way back to seed position with that intention firmly ingrained in our heart and mind. Sitting up tall and straight, and supreme in acknowledgement of the divine as within. And we'll close the practice with Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Instill the peace within, send out to all beings everywhere. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. I just realized that I started half an hour early, so I apologize. I on my post I said that I'd start at 7:30 and I started at 7, so I apologize for the error on my part. But this will stay on my page, so you can always look at it after. Namaste. I have a master class tomorrow as well, on Zoom at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. So if you'd like to join, then send me a message, and I hope to see you. Namaste. Much love.